back to home. Nashat was born to poor parents in a village where most of its residents were miserable despite their wealth. He was one of the most intelligent children. When he was 10 years old, he was a fast learner who memorized the entire Quran. Unfortunately, his father died while he was young.
لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون وما تنفقوا من شيء فإن الله به عليم.
And neither his uncles nor the villagers were willing to take care of him. So his mother moved to her brother's home, where he completed his education and shared a business with his uncle and became wealthy. One day he heard that people of his birth village intended to build a mosque and that the government donated the site, but the people refused to collect donations. So he drove there in his luxurious car and donated half of the money needed to build the mosque. When they inquired about his name, he refused to reveal it, saying that he will return in 2 months. He came after 2 months and gave them another sum of money, asking them simply to keep their hands crossed for him. He returned a month later to find out if the mosque had been finished. The villagers, including his uncle, greeted him warmly. They invited him to stay with them, but he politely apologized, explaining that he needed to travel to America right now since his factories needed 500 workers, which he would gather from adjacent communities. Why don't you take these workers from our village? They asked. Okay, I would do that as a reward because you built the mosque, Nashat responded. Then he told them to hurry up and bring their passports as well as a modest sum of money for their expenses, and he would take care of their tickets and visas as well as their lodging and pay them nicely. So everyone rushed up to seize the chance, and within 24 hours, roughly 500 passports and the money asked had been gathered. Nashat was surprised, telling himself, "You claim to be poor, yet here you're arriving with all this money." After taking the money, he told them he was going to end the proceedings, and 2 weeks later, he sent the passports to the mosque's address. 2 months later, Nashat's mother emerged from his car dressed in trendy, high-end clothing and accessories, making the villagers ashamed, and they inquired about her son Nashat. "He would be here in an hour," she said. They were surprised when they saw Nashat and said nothing. Then he opened a bag and said, "This is all your money that you refused to spend for helping this great mother and her orphan son. Don't you know what our holy messenger, peace be upon him, said, that the one who looks after a widow or a poor person is like a mujahid who fights for Allah's cause? You not only did that, but you also refused to donate it to the Creator. I am not sure what's the benefit of holding all this money and not spending it in this life. You wouldn't take it with you after you die. So take this money that you paid so you and your family can use it." After being persuaded, the villagers apologized to Nashat and decided to donate their money to those in need. They also invited him to live among them so he could be sure of their sincerity. When he felt that they were honest, his uncle and he rewarded them by hiring every unemployed young man in their factories and helping every poor person, widow, and needy person from the village.
ها أنتم هؤلاء تدعون لتنفقوا في سبيل الله فمنكم من يبخل ومن يبخل فإنما يبخل عن نفسه والله الغني وأنتم الفقراء وإن تتولوا يستبدل قوما غيركم ثم لا يكونوا أمثالكم